Does this look good with the yellow?
It actually looks fire. I'll send you a picture.
I look like Super Saiyan. I am here, man. I'm super duper excited. You know, I'm always super duper excited. I'm here though. Just dropped a little sneaky project. You know what I mean? Inner Child EP. It's a deviation from Ho3ly University, but it's all King P, all wrapped into one. Had a little therapeutic session with myself. Um, it was one of those things where I was I want to say like emotionally not emotionally distraught, but just an overall situation of just when you have that thought process of looking back at yourself and just saying, would younger me be okay with where I'm at right now? Because you think about, younger me was just like, I wanted to do this. I wanted to be a superhero. I wanted to have powers. I wanted to do XYZ. And like, would I be happy at 10, 12, 15, looking at me now like, this is what we've become? Okay, so my guy behind the camera, uh, Slops, you definitely said, yo, P, that is a fire picture, bro. You should antique it and put something together for it. And I remember there was an idea of, if you remember when we had the conversation, idea of a different type of theme for that cover. But it took on a different realm of its own, and it just came together organically in itself. So those are things that I needed to hear. I prayed for, disregarding fear. This is gonna be so funny. Like, no, it's not. It's not gonna be funny. Like, haha, funny. Interlude. So when you break down, the word, you got intro, which is normally an introduction, right? And then interlude is normally a segue from one type of genre to the next. So like, if you have a screenplay, like, and say the scene ends off, say Act One ends off on tragedy. Then you have an interlude. Then Act Two comes in on a high note because it just gives you that ability to sit here and say, I don't know what to expect from Act Two. So interlude was just more so of, because anyone that's been following my career so far, like I have Ho3ly University, and Ho3ly University and Inner Child sounds nothing alike. And then even down to the records that I have for sophomore season that I released already, like, certain records that I released for sophomore season, they sound nothing like the Inner Child EP. So Interlude was an introduction to my inner child whilst being an interlude from Ho3ly University. I swear, I got a light, got a gift, and I made a career. I pray for peace, but for war. Expressing some truths, expressing some things that may need to be dismissed from me, that I have to, like, whatever weight that I have to cut in order to continue growing and being who I am. Because when you're younger, there's an innocence to you where it's just like, if you don't necessarily fuck with somebody anymore, right? It never stopped. It never bothered you. Never had a second thought of, I don't need to give you explanation. I just don't like you. Like, you think about it like this: when you're in third grade, kids would be best friends at second period, and then fifth period they're enemies. You know what I mean? Because it was just one of those things where it's just like, I don't gotta talk to you no more. Like, your animal crackers is done, bro. Like, I don't need you no more. So with me, it was just one of those things where it's like just getting whatever I needed to get off. And a lot of people tend to like that too, because there's certain things that I said on there. Watch as the mockery ensues. Niggas who ain't paid their dues always got something to prove, and that's cool. Yeah, it was just one of those things where, a lot of people always tend to sit here and say like, oh yeah, like I see you working, I see you grinding. Now realizing that for years, I was working and really putting time into my craft and doing my own production and trying to situate my own shows. And the biggest thing with me is I turned around and I started allowing people in my circle. Like, I started developing a team. I started putting people around me where it's just like, all right, I can do more with more pieces as opposed to just trying to be a one-man army, And so one of them is like niggas who ain't never paid dues, people that never put the work in, never put any time in, and turn around and it's just like, now it's mockery. See, I learned to forgive, but don't forget it. And if you're not around anymore, I don't regret it. Yeah. I don't regret it. If you're not around, it's just like, that's how I be feeling. It's like, yo, if you not around no more, that got nothing to do with me. Period. Got nothing to do with me. I don't regret it. I'm good. You make peace with yourself and you keep it pushing. You do what you gotta do. Shout out my guy Quote. He's very, very talented artist, man. Very, very talented artist. He has a project out right now too. In my feelings, you know. But shout out to Quote. Dope talent. Came through, helped me body that track. You know what I'm saying? So Know Me, the way I spelled it is Nome. There's a running addict that I also have with the EP, and we'll probably get into that like by the end of it. If you pick up on the for lack of a better term, just the cadence of how I spelled stuff. But Know Me, it's just like the choruses, you know.
They be thinking that they know me. If you don't know me now, then that's the old me. They say I'm moving up, they try to blow me, but I can't take the love because it's phony.
So it's just like know me, like know me. Like you gotta know me, but it's no to knowing me if you don't know me.
Then they turn dancers, moonwalk around questions when they don't have the answers. Getting stumped in every interview. You speak on things when you know that ain't really you.
And I so it's funny because that it followed the interlude. So when I was going on a little building my fan base run, I want to say last year, and I was doing a lot of interviews. And people were just like, yo, like you're so poised and polished, and I was confused. I'm just like, what? People aren't supposed to be sure of who they are? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not sure of what your song means.
I hit a switch on them. How they was fucking with the God, then they switched on them. Atheism, Plan B pills. My kids, I hate to kill them. Everyone around me gotta be in bags, not in feelings.
It's like just coming in like that. It was like if you didn't know the type of time I was on, then you gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like atheism, if people know what atheism is, not fucking with God no more. Plan B pills, my kids, I hate to kill them. Sometimes you gotta crush your Plan B up and be like, here, I hate to do it, but fuck it, it ain't the time. But yeah, man, like just the things that was said, just in the energy I brought on that record. It's a dope shit. Like it's a dope track. And I know Quote, his beginning verse that he had into coming into the record, he penned that on the spot in the stew, because he was just feeling like a whole different vibe, and the shit that he said just made sense.
Beat the style in the way that it message. I creep the block and I play it like Tetris. I heard you having some trouble investing. I told you karma is nothing to mess with.
And I knew where that came from because like we talked. So I was just like, ooh, you was in your bag too. I was like, I bet. Because he had some shit that he had to get off based upon his past situation. So it all came together organically, and that's what's very important to me, like organic shit happening. Shout out Mike Prince. I call him the Hood Jagged Edge. I made that record for me, just based upon like my own like personal situation. I mean, everything on here is personal, but like I made that record for me solely, and I didn't think that a lot of people would like it as much as they did, and it just seems to be one of the running favorites on the EP. For the record, there's a female singing. Shout out to Scarlett. She was there just to be a part of the session and just listen in and just be there. And then she got the inspiration and wanted to jump in the booth and sing. And that shit came out fire.
We could break the rules, love me made for two, yeah. I don't need much, you don't need much. You got me and I got you, yeah. I wanna build love, I wanna build trust, yeah. I wanna build everything I can, just the two of us.
Granted, rules, but the chorus is saying we could break the rules. Rules, but we could break every single thing that's fashioned around being in a regular relationship, being in a stereotypical relationship where it's just like things have to move a certain way in order to be accepted by society and stuff like that.
I learn lessons, you learn lessons, we can teach them over time. The way we love, emotions staying overdrive.
Like, be expressive, like express how you feel. There's this running addict, like there's always this meme too, these memes where it's just like, it's toxic memes, because that's the word now, right? Where it's just a lot of toxicity going on. So it's just like women will literally make jokes out of being misunderstood and expecting a nigga to read their mind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yup, he gotta read my mind. I'm mad now. I don't know why I'm mad. But now I'm mad because he don't know why I'm mad, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to know if you're mad if you don't express it to me? So it's just like you express that, you know what I'm saying? You express those emotions, you break it down, you let me know exactly how you feel, and then I can turn around, I can express my emotions behind it, and we could figure something out. 7:15 better run that shit. So the meaning behind the title, if anyone knows me, I always say HO. You know, that stands for HOE, humble over everything. So to be dramatic, seven, H is the 7th letter of the alphabet, O is the 15th letter, and then E is the 5th. So instead of me going like 7155, I was like, all right, well, 5 is there twice, so fuck it, I'll just say 715. And that's how it came up. So it's just like 715, like, you know what time it is, HOE. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
715 better run my shit. Even before it's gonna come run like this. Running through the paper, the numbers lit. I'ma just need you to move like this and run it up, hey, run it up, run it up.
Like, even Forrest Gump can run like this. Like, I'm just trying to be on a run, like where it's just, and you know, also if anybody that watches Forrest Gump, everything that he touched was money. If you listen to his fables, you know, he's the reason that a bunch of stores and billion-dollar corporations were Bubba Gump, fried shrimp, gumbo shrimp.
First in line, back apply the pressure. Sending shots with no safety measures. Everybody wanna aim for the title of the GOAT. Fuck it, I'd rather be a living legend.
I want to be the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? But even at some point in time, people that are dubbed the greatest of all time, they forget them, to be brutally honest with you. But if I'm living and I'm a legend while I'm alive, I'm good on that. Like, I'm good on that. Like, I'm dead and gone and I'm the GOAT. I can't relish in that shit.
She gon' pop the pussy if I'm up and coming. I get my nut and then I'm up and running. Stay quiet cause I'm up to something. Bird niggas, they always ducking.
You know the addict. If she see you on the run, if she see you coming up, she gonna throw it at you. You know what I mean? And I know Wayne once said after I come to my senses. So I was like, I get my nut and then I'm up and running. Like, the fuck? I'm good. Like, I'm good. Bird niggas, they always ducking. Come on, if you don't get that, you stupid. But but that's, and like, stay quiet because I'm up to something. So for like the 4th quarter of last year, a lot of people were like, yo, what's going on with P? What are you doing? Stay quiet because I'm up to something. You know, got the EP together. Album's still on its way, so it's just one of those things. This is where I get more into like spirituality. So it's just like, you know, 3 in 1, 1 in 3, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So the moment you become balanced and you find that core balance with all of those things, you know, it becomes more so 3 in 1. So that's basically what that is in layman's terms, to wrap that up. I don't want to go too deeply into that, but but when you wrap that up, that's what it is. So the beat was made Fresh. Well, Fresh produced the whole EP. Shout out Fresh God. And when he made it, he named it Ho3ly Drip, because this was, I want to say, like the middle of last year. He named it Ho3ly Drip because he just started to feel like the whole everything holy, like how I'm like, stay holy. He's like, I'm the holy one. He's like, nah. He's like we gotta make something called Ho3ly Drip, or like something holy. So I just kept the title for what it was.
It's a pretty ass brick, set form lock. Watch him look up at the wrist. Y'all be choking under pressure. Reggie Miller at the Knicks.
I mean, grew up watching basketball. Reggie was a little beast. You know what I'm saying?
That's
the
why
Nick
we
killer,
don't
man.
mention him.
Yeah. But if you also listen to the ending of the first verse, where I'm just like, well, I compare myself to Steph. I call myself the black Steph because he light skinned. You know, I'm more of the mocha variety. So I'm just like the black Steph.
Steph is black.
Yeah, okay, I know.
Mocha's parents black.
I know. I know. That was just a whole running addict for me. It's just like just to get that reaction. But Steph is black though. I'm gonna say, yeah, but he light skinned.
Right, looked in the mirror and I took my own advice. Sometimes you gotta talk with the realest fucking guy. Everyone around me wearing a disguise, but the windows to the soul, so they can't look in my eyes. Shit, I don't really know who I can trust. Shorty think I love her, it was barely even lust.
You know, women always tend to get a little fabricated with emotions and stuff like that. So it's just like,
is there a particular person you was talking about?
No, I don't think so. No. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta double check that. But I don't think so. At the time when I wrote it, I don't think so. But it's one of those things where like it was when it resonates and it just hits where it's just like, yo, you thought I loved you? I barely lust you. Like, just relax. So yeah, man. Like everything that was penned together on that record, it just resonated with me a little differently. Especially the end when I hit that chapter screwed. It was like niggas be thinking they nice, but they trash. So trash. Shout out to Vaj. He was just like, we were in the studio and I was singing with the chopped and screwed effect on, and he was like, yo, you should do something like that. And I threw it on the end and that shit sounded fire. Everybody likes that for some reason. It's like, yo, you're an asshole. But it resonates. It hits. Makes sense. Here we go. 50-50. When solo. So this, like, and I'm very keen on organics happening. This was curated, like, put together by my guy Pretty Nice. Shout out Pretty Nice. I went out to one of his events, while I was pushing my Live It Up record, and I was just like, yo, you got show love to get love. So I popped out to one of his events at Woodland. Rest in peace, Woodland. And he had one of his friends from overseas come, and she's a singer, so she's from London. And he was just like, yeah, yo, my bro's talented, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here smacked because, like, we were drinking rum punch and everything. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about right now? I don't even know what's going on. And so they dead asked me to rap and freestyle for them. And I was like, what? So I did. Like, drunk me, I did. And I know for me it was, like, mad sloppy because rum punch was fucking me up. And she was just like, no. She was like, I know you're drunk, but just the way you were, like, your cadence and your flow and, like, it's like I see in your face you were like trying to put things together, but you're drunk. I was like, yes, you got it. So Pretty Nice. He was just like, yo, I think I should do a record together. And I'm just like, when? He's like, tomorrow. I was like, what? I was like, I bet. So he linked us in the stew.
Her skin shows that excitement. Braille on her body, though she's speaking with no words. Her breathing moving kind of slow.
Braille on her body, goosebumps. She's speaking with no words because I feel the braille on her body. So it was a smooth record, man. It was a smooth record. Shout out Being Hungover for writing that, because that's exactly why it sounded so, like, fake, sexy on the record. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. My man hit me up. He was like, yo, I gotta bone somebody's daughter to this. I was weak, but I'm glad, man. I'm glad, like, niggas have babies off of that, just call it 50-50. But with everything, like, on the EP, just how I spelt it, how I spelled certain titles, it's not the same way as you would normally spell it grammatically correct. And with that was just like, when you're a child, you spell things how they sound. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why things were spelled the way they were spelled and things of that nature. But I do like the reception that it's getting with people. I just dropped it randomly. It was dropped on a Friday. Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh, it's out, get it. And a lot of people were just like, yo, what is this? And I'm just like, well, listen.